so nobody could tell me I'm not with my way and go. Yeah, I'm in my zone, yeah, through this microphone. The way they looking at me like they seen a UFO.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Saints and the Dolphins. Next on Madden Football.
A city known for its incredible skyline, its nightlife and beaches, today centered around this venue, Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Well, Brock, we saw Week 1 begin on Thursday night, and now 2 more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and it is very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room, to Week 1 across the different seasons. And whether it was high school or college or pro, it was the same feeling. Right? It was hope springs eternal. Even though it's the fall and the calendar's turned and it's Week 1, you're so hopeful of what lies ahead.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And here we go from Miami. He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And bringing them out as a former 5th rounder from South Carolina. And before that, Oklahoma, it's Spencer Rattler.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Running back sent in motion. Escapes his grasp. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Rattler to the air now. That's caught for the 1st. On the move, past the 40. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Throwing is Rattler. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They'll throw it again. That's taken in by Means. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Zach Sealer there to bring him down.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Rattler setting to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know how to execute, convert on these third downs.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength. Through.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here come the Dolphins as they get set for their debut series. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of a league MVP, maybe leading a legit contender into the postseason. How he starts this campaign, though, well, how you start can have a massive impact on how things play out.
This is caught by Jalen Waddle. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They send Hill right. He's contained at the line for no gain. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
This wide receiver run game, what it really does, Kate, is it tests the soundness of your defense. How assignment sound are you? Well, that was an excellent example of this defense doing its work on the practice field and, more importantly, put into execution on the game field.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on third. Complete beyond the marker. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Miami.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Great opening drive continues. 1st and 10 at the 33. Out of the shotgun, a give to A-Chain. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Back to throw, Tua. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So now they have 3rd and short. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
3rd down run from Achane. Finds a big lane. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins pull ahead 6-3 in the first. Devon Achane with the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Jason Sanders to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Sanders all set to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And look at this return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. This New Orleans offense readied up for its 2nd drive of the contest. Their first drive of the new campaign netted a field goal. Now let's see if they can bump that up to a touchdown on drive number 2. It's a new set of downs for them at the 32. 1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And they had that one contained right at the line. Brought down by Jalen Carter. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing now, off play action. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Darius Slay has it. And the Dolphins will take over as he records his first interception of our season. 2nd down, they go pass here, and it's intercepted to kill the drive.
And that is one way defensively to get your teammates off the field. That was all about anticipation. Great move there by the defender to take it away and put his offense on the field.
Now we're going to see the Dolphin offense for their 2nd drive of the contest. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
A-Chain on the inside give. And he gets this forward to the 19. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Putting a receiver in motion. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take 2nd and goal now from the 13. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. That's Hill working the sideline, complete. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm.
Dennis Allen has the red challenge flag in hand. He wants to take another look.
Previous play is under review.
So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this, he did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a 3rd one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Blitz coming, Tua. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Aubrey puts it through and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Sanders all set to send it away. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. They gave one away on their first drive of the season. Now it's time to get one back with a touchdown on drive number 2. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Olave with the catch. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Now an inside handoff to Miller. And he gets him around 6 there. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense. What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? But did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Now motion him out of the backfield. Here he is on 3rd and long. Throw left side caught by Shaheed. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Looking to throw, Rattler. Hits his running back. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end now. Rattler. He'll get this to Means. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Saints cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. If there's an argument for continuing to rely on a fullback, Brock, it is plays just like that that remind us. They're pretty good at barreling in for touchdowns when they're given the chance.
And you know the greatest fullback name ever? Maybe you need to name your son Sam Gash. Because that dude, when I think fullback, I think Sam Gash, just gashing people for touchdowns.
Grouping adds the extra point. And the Saints tie things 10-10. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. This return starts at the 5. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He's got Smith. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Carl Granderson in on the tackle. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They've got 2nd and 7 to start. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't connect with Tyreek Hill. And that means 3rd down coming up. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Got his target. It's Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's Tua again. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Second down carry for Achan. This is ahead for about 5. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
Humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule. It takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
And the Saints go in nickel. 3rd down. They'll stick with A-Chain. And this one doesn't go far. He gets 3 on the run, and now a couple of options for him on 4th down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Now Tua to throw. Pass complete. Screenplay. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They really don't care what the split is between ground and him as a receiver. The important part for their offense, Brock, is just getting this dude touches.
Yeah, just like those hoopers you see, right? When they are on fire, get him the ball. Whatever it takes, you're going to find a way to devise a scheme to get it to him, and they're doing it right now. Damage through the air.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Completes this one to Hill. Touchdown, Miami. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. Sanders all set to send it away. Kickoff taken at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Saints come marching onto the field. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Brought down that time by Kendall Fuller. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Now Rattler. Dump off caught by his back.
That defense, it'll give up that completion every time. They don't just like it, they love it. Because it creates a fun little race between everybody coming downhill to go make that tackle. In this case, run him right out of bounds.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And he can't escape. They drop him to the turf. Got a flag down, though, from early indications. I think this might be on the offense. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it, too. That one was on their defense.
Automatic first down.
A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. They motion the tight end over. Throwing is Rattler. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. Rattler back to throw. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make it pay.
They kick the running back in motion. From the 31. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Motioning left is Olave. Throwing on 3rd and long. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left with 4th down here.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Mickey kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Dolphins and running back Devon Achane getting back to work. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll motion Brown right. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Tua out of the pistol. Achane reels it in. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Tua setting up to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Now it's Jake Bailey who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the Saints will get set to take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Rattler setting to throw. Has some daylight through the 40. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
He's 4A up the middle, and that's about 3. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Running back sent in motion. Here's 2nd and 7. Hubbard hauls it in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now, as we get a chance to look at their picks from this year's draft, Brock, we see a lot of names that are set up to help this team, both this year as rookies and down the line as well.
Yeah, you really see the 2 draft strategies combined here, right? Best player available and drafting for needs. Some people will like one, some like the other. Personally, I think it's best when you add both to a class like they did. Some of these guys we're going to see right away, and others, well, they're going to have to develop to add some depth and serious talent down the road.
This one goes for 3 yards. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. Rattler to the air now. Complete out to the right. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. The 3rd and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Here's 2nd and 2. Caught by his back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Rattler. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you ran so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Running back, motioning right. Throwing now from the gun. He's got it to his running back. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They go for it on 4th down and get it in a big way, 25 yards there. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. The Saints pushing for a score before the break. Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Rattler has it in close. And he's tackled for no gain.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Here's Miller. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Rattler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Groupie to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints push their lead to 3. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Here's a return from the 7. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Dolphins and this running back headed back out for a new series. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Has it, man. It's Achane. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa. Completed over the middle. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. That's incomplete left side. That one intended for Jalen Waddle. So it'll be 3rd down.
can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Motioning him from the slot right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Here, second one taken by New Orleans. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. Back deep for the Saints is Rashid Shaheed. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints taking the field for the final time in this first half. Holding just a field goal lead. Probably going to see them play it close to the vest in the time we've got remaining. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Searching for Chris Olave with that one. And it's going to be second down. Another look for him, Brock, and hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. And my hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now it's up north to Orlando for a look around the league. We've got Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome back to football. Everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip of the year around the NFL. We begin up at Gillette Stadium. Mike Vrabel's guys in town to take on his former team from his playing days, New England. And the Patriots have the lead in the final stages before halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for Drake May. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. A couple of touchdown strikes there from Justin Fields. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. A touchdown pass there for Kenny Pickett. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Dolphins getting their offense out there to start off this second half. Their first drive of the season, an uneventful one, led to a punt, so they'll try to get some new season magic going here on their second drive. They'll start the drive with Achane. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Got his target. It's Hill. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be first down, Miami.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. 2 now from the gun. He's got Smith. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Running with A-Chain out of the gun. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Escapes a defender. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
Here's A-Chain up the middle. And he'll get... They get 6 and a first down as well.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. Ask that running back to come up with more than he's used to on third down. He made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly, but he sure made that one look routine.
The screen pass falls incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field, but in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. They kick the running back in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Doesn't have the hook up there. Incomplete pass. Trying to find Jalen Waddle. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Throwing. Here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's got it. And in for the Miami touchdown. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. Maybe on the comeback trail right now, if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half. And puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins take a 4-point lead. Sanders all set to send it away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The New Orleans offense set to go now. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Hubbard on the give. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Running back sent in motion. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
They kick the running back in motion. Ooh, it put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. And this is going to be his first punt of the new season. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Secures this at the 17. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That's going to be a highlight there, a 68-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphins football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They send Hill right. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Running back sent in motion. From the 24. Completes this one to Hill. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. That 100-yard mark, it's as coveted by receivers as it is by running backs. And he's now reached it with that last catch. They're set up at the 35 now. Tagovailoa on 1st down. This one's taken in by Hill. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They go play action with Tagovailoa. Achane reels it in. And he works this to the 38 before going down. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. 1st down, ball at the 36. Staying on the ground here with Achane. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. And this is now a 100-yard game for him after that last carry. Man, what a strong day he's had running it for this offense. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. A-chain again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
First down, Tagovailoa to throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. An incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. And this is another incompletion. Lucky that didn't end as an interception. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on. Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Sanders all set to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes the Saints offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This finds Moreau. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And he cuts it back right. Through the 35, 20, 15. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
What an injection of momentum for the offense on that play. With the energy boost and a much shorter field, I predict it's not going to be long, Kate, till they finish this series off.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Rattler back to throw. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Group B to try the point after. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Roughing the kicker.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they locked in and try to stick him deep. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. The Dolphins are back on offense. Tua Tagovailoa out there once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. On 1st down, they're going to start out with A-Chan. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You call that receiver screen, and every once in a while, that wide receiver, well, he's got to be his own blocker. He's got to make the first guy or two miss. That didn't happen. Play goes nowhere.
Throwing on 3rd and long. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. Finds him over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
A tight end in motion now. 2nd and 1. That one's complete, right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Motioning the tight end left. Running with Hubbard out of the gun.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's a tie ball game through 3. We'll see which side separates here in the 4th. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Looking to throw, Rattler. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
3rd and long for him here. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And that brings up 4th and long. Punting unit out now. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. The home teams and Tyreek Hill headed back out on offense. And as he accumulates catches this season, Brock, some have stuck out to us more than most. And we had one of them on that last drive as he's reached a significant milestone for himself this year. Achane, a first down carry. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Couldn't connect with Tyreek Hill. And now they're staring at 4th and long. They'll send out the punting unit. And he's going to effort this from his own goal line. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And the fair catch brought in right at the 40. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they're going to take over possession. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Running back sent in motion left. Back now, pressure on its way. Has him on the quick hitter. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Up the middle, Hubbard. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound a defense. But you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will.
And he gets in, touchdown! The Saints take a 4th quarter lead. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. That one splits the uprights. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Tua off the play fake. Hits his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Tagovailoa on 1st down. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Second and 10 now. Got his target. It's Hill. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Throwing. Here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Able to find Achane. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
That's how you draw it up defensively. That's exactly what you want the coverage to do. Force that quarterback to throw it short and get off the field.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. Another drive coming up for this offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Hubbard again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Rattler setting to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Taken in by Shaheed. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Dolphins side of the field.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
From the 39. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
The handoff on 3rd and short. Breaks the tackle, still going. Look at that work, turning those legs, driving across the 15. And he did not get in. Finally stopped at the 1. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints double their lead to 14. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Starting from the 5. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he has kept his pace up in the 2nd half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa. He's got Smith. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Achane reels it in. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. He's throwing deep to the left side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Waddle now in motion right. Here he is on 3rd and long. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Throw caught by his running back. He's got it. That's going to be a first and more. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line.
That's good for a Miami Dolphins.
First down, Tagovailoa to throw. Throwing deep for the end zone. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
Read and react. Read and react. Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Again, it's Tagovailoa. Has a man. It's Achane.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Throwing on 3rd and long. That's incomplete left side. This one misses the tight end. So that brings up 4th and long.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Desperation time here on 4th. Looking for the end zone and a deep shot. He's got it. Did he get the feet in on 4th down? Did he get it? No, they're saying he didn't get both feet in. Incomplete on 4th down. The offense getting set to go. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Here's a give to Hubbard. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. Blast through midfield. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Handoff here for Miller. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. 2nd and 6 coming up here. This is Hubbard running left. Hubbard with a first and then some. And they finally get to him at the 15. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. They run again with Hubbard. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. So this a win on the road for the Saints. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from Miami.